It's our first episode of Let's Travel Caribbean for 2023, and we've got so much in store for you. Welcome to the show. First up in the news segment, we look at an issue that a lot of you have asked about. Are locals still welcome at Jamaica's hotels now that the tourists are back with a bang? We'll let you know. And speaking of living it up like a tourist at home, we journey to the cool hills of Malvern in St. Elizabeth to check out Windmill Cottages. It's rustic, it's relaxing, the perfect place to unwind. While we were in St. Elizabeth, we stopped by Grego's Seafood Bar and Grill in Junction. They have lobster, fish, jerk pumpkin, jerk sweet potato, and jerk corn. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Stick around for our taste segment that wraps up the show. So, here we go. Let's travel. Locals still welcome. Why are some properties no longer offering one-night stays? Now that the tourists are back, are locals being pushed aside? President of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Robin Russell, responds in an exclusive interview with Let'sTravelCaribbean.com editor Charmaine N. Clark.
Definitely not what is happening. We do treasure our local guests as much as before. What we're facing now is a reality, which is hotels, the cost of a hotel room, when you change sheets or you do stuff, it's a cost. And that cost, whether you stay 1 day or 2 days, makes a big difference. So when you stay 1 day, hotels really don't make money on that 1 day because a lot of the stuff in there are replenished. You have to throw away all the tissue, all the soaps, the sheets, your pillowcases. When you stay 2 days, that is when you start to make money. It is not a local versus a foreign thing. It's just a policy of a lot of the hotels that it's just not feasible to be operating 1 day stays.
Tourism players have repeatedly credited locals who vacationed at home at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic with helping properties keep their doors open. There was an active campaign to promote staycations with attractive rates and flexible booking options. Unable to travel abroad for leisure, many locals rediscovered Jamaica and became tourists at home.
Now, in fairness, during COVID, hotels really went above and beyond to just stay open. So it wasn't about making money, it was really about just being open and allowing staff to operate. Now that we're back in an environment of profitability, making money, it's just a policy, and it has nothing to do with Jamaica or foreigners, it's just a policy. And in fact, hotels are much more lenient towards Jamaican stays, so Jamaicans will get a cheaper rate, Jamaicans will get specials versus foreigners. So no, it's just a hotel policy, not anything specific to Jamaica.
So to be clear what the policy is, the policy that covers locals and foreigners.
Definitely.
The policy is that you do not encourage one-night stays?
Some properties. So my property, we do one-night stays. We're one of the few properties that do one-night stays because we do a lot of corporate business. And even during the holiday season, we had to do 2-night stays because it was just getting too much. But we're back to one-night stays. It's just one of those policies that have always been with these resorts, and they've implemented it again. And it has nothing to do with Jamaica or Jamaica.
My name is Grace Vassal, and we're currently at the Windmill Cottages in Malvern, St. Elizabeth. we got the name Windmill Cottages from the area, because driving into Malvern, you will come across a lot of windmills lining the roads. So it's a no-brainer, Windmill Cottages, because that's what you'll experience when you're here. It's very windy up here, so they did make a choice to put windmills up here. This property is owned by myself and my sisters. There's Jean Alexander, Yvonne Alexander, and myself, Grace. We currently have 3 cottages on the property, and we have additional rooms if there's a need to offer more rooms. We have a big house, as we call it. And so if there's need for additional rooms and beds, we can find it. History says that Malvern was used as a health spa by the British people who lived here many, many years ago. There's still a scattering of them. And so when my sisters and I bought this property, we looked around, there are no cottages, wooden cottages like this anywhere near us, even in Treasure Beach. So we decided to, make use of the mountains and the cool breeze and the beautiful climate and put up some wooden cottages. So we have been in business for approximately 5 months. We cater to Jamaicans, and we have been having overseas people as well. So, and the age group is from people in their 20s up. So a mixture of people. The people have been staying because they want to get away from the hustle and the bustle of wherever they're coming from. We have had people who come here just to sleep. You don't see them again until it's time to check out. And there are people who are coming here for the birds, and like I said, the lush and the greenery and just the quietness. What you should know is that here Malvern is said to have the world's 7th best climate. And so people are capitalizing on that. They come here for the cool and the calm. It's a very quiet and beautiful place with lots of greenery, lush life, cattle, calm and cool, no crime. So we're capitalizing on all of that. Some of our amenities is the usual, the Wi-Fi. We have hot water, of course. We're currently looking at phase 2, offering a spa, because we do have people, we do cater to people who request spa. They drive in and attend to people who want to have massages, but we'll be offering that in the near future. We don't have an issue with crime here. You can practically leave your doors open. And so you're moving away, you're getting away from what the hotels offer to a more homely, and that's the thing that we have been told, that people like us because we remind them of where they're coming from by the design of these cottages, and it's a throwback in history to the lamplight, although we have electricity, of course, but stuff that comes with that memory of Jamaica way back then. Malvern had a lot of plantations, slavery plantations, and we're on the grounds of one of them. So it's interesting that some of the things that we have here are from that era, believe it or not. And one of the things that you'll see there is a corn grinder, for instance, or a grinder, let's not say corn, a grinder coming back from there, from that time. And you would notice too that the property has a lot of artwork all over the place. So it's an interesting place to come look at. And when we were building, we also found a little slave house way back then, way in the bushes, which we cleared. Unfortunately, the workmen didn't understand what it was all about and demolished it. But that's how far we're coming from. And, we do have a few little things that we found on property, including the old horseshoes that we have displayed. So if you come to Windmill Cottages, you have the option to cook your own meal because we have the facility for that, as well as we can have someone cook your meal so you can come. You don't have to do anything. The meals that we have been preparing at Windmill Cottages are especially made from lemongrass, interestingly, because if you look all around you, we have lemongrass, and we know it's a very healthy thing. So we have the lemongrass tea, and we infuse lemongrass in a lot of our dishes here. So we have a very good chef with us right now. So it's the usual shrimp and the lemongrass with chicken, and you can get your salads and pastries as well. So we have been getting a very good feedback on the food that we have been serving here. So my sister Jean has been with us for some time. She has come down from New York. She had a restaurant there. So she is not a kid at this thing. She's very well established in cooking. Our camping ground, we have just established it, and we have seen that tourists have come and they are utilizing it. Some have gone out there with their corn and roasted it. Some of the Jamaican guests who have stayed here have gone out there with their yam. Some want sweet potato roasted out there at the campfire. So it's been a blessing. We've had people come in and drum back there and have a night of music and roasting. So it's kind of fun having it because, you know, people have been finding it and really enjoying it back there. People can contact us by Airbnb, and we're registered on Airbnb and IG as well. If you go through, you can tap into our information, Windmill Cottages, and our name will come up.
I am Murphy Greg.
I'm Halsell Greg.
And you're in Junction, St. Elizabeth, home of Grego's Seafood Bar and Grill, located in the middle of a farming belt and not too far from the sea. History behind Grego's Seafood Bar and Grill is that my wife has just left corporate, and a family friend of ours was running a bar and not much to do with seafood. That's in the Alligator Pond area. And she asked that we took over from her, given that she was turning into Christianity. And at the time, our daughter, our only daughter, was just born, and she was out of corporate. And I said to her, would you run that? And she said she doesn't like being at home at all, right? So she said, gladly. So she took it up and we made a project of it, did some rehabilitation and created what was called the Watering Hole Seafood Bar and Lounge. And at first it really was just a bar, but then people keep coming and asking for seafood. So we hired a chef and we created that in Alligator Pond. However, what we found was that a lot of our customers were coming to us, and because we were by the big names, the other seafood restaurants, and so therefore it was hard for us to create a presence. So we then saw that Junction was moving like crazy, which is now the fastest growing town in Jamaica, and we started looking real estate.
We started in 2018, March 1st, 2018.
We first started out, we had daily sales of sometimes 8,000, 10,000 or 12,000, and we had only one chef. But today we have anywhere between 3 to 4 chefs on duty at any one time, and we're indeed extremely grateful.
Customer's favorite meal is the jerk fish, and it goes along with the jerk corn.
Why do you think so?
Because that's a person's request. Most of the time that persons are ordering, that's what they prefer.
We've created is not just a restaurant or a bar, but we sort of have this sort of eclectic vibe, meaning that people come here just to chill, to dance, because we've created theme nights. Our biggest night now, really and truly, is Grego's Retro Wednesdays, And so therefore we cater to the young at heart, and those the discerning food consumer, and those who prefer what should I say, special bar service, because our cocktail bar is really the very, very best. And I say that without any fear of anybody contradicting that, you know. And all our bartenders, including Mrs. Greg, are mixologists.
So for the nights that we have scheduled, it's Grego's Retro Wednesdays. On Fridays, we have a DJ for like after work jam. Saturdays, the same thing.
Meaning that we have, let's end the weekend, but end it in style. And Sundays, let's restart. You know, so those are the nights that we have DJs playing. But we always have music. Because Mrs. Greg in her own right, thank God for YouTube. But you know, people have said that, boy, they've been here when Lisa started playing the music, they just can't leave. You know, but we cater a lot to the mature market space. People, returning residents love us because we really do get the top of the market. We have a lot of clients out of Kingston, Montego Bay, Mandeville, Santa Cruz, Maple. So people from all walks of life come, and once they come, they spread the word, they spread the gospel that really and truly the very best restaurant in Jamaica right now, as it pertains, especially as it pertains to seafood, is Grego's Seafood Bar and Grill.
What pulls customers to us? The vibes, customer service, and
the variety. Lisa spoke to it earlier as it relates to people will speak of the service our service delivery in terms of our customer service. People will speak of our service delivery as it relates to the consistency of our food. People will speak of the delivery as it relates to or the variety of cocktail blends that we have, right? But also our liquor choices. You know, customers comment on the fact that the variety. We have the 6-year-old Appleton, which is your signature. We have the Reserve. We have the 12-year-old. We have the 15-year-old. And believe it or not, I strongly believe that we are the only space that retails the 21-year-old. We really want to ensure that when you visit Grego's, you get the very best of everything that we have to offer. As it relates to service delivery, so you got food diversity, drinks diversity, and come and meet new people. I've met so many people who have come back to me and said, boy, I found my girlfriend at Grego's, I found my boyfriend at Grego's. So really and truly, it's a place for people to meet and have, you know, your palate experiencing the greatest seafood that this island has to offer. You know, so, and there's also, for those who don't want to eat or just want little bites, we do offer like wings, fish sticks, wraps, that sort of thing. You know, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a big meal. But we offer, one of the things that we offer, and people always say, you know, like when you look at our menu, you see jerk pumpkin, jerk sweet potato, jerk corn, you know, as our sides. And for those who are, you know, looking at the healthy option, you know, you're right at home. You know, we've catered to the vegetarian in terms of putting salads together. You know, although we're primarily a seafood place, but we cater to the different palates, not so much in terms of the red meat side because we keep it healthy. And so we look forward to greeting our customers, both from in the different towns where it's really hot. You come to Grego's, we have corners where, you know, an upstairs gazebo where really you can just sit back and just enjoy the nice cool breeze and listen to really soothing music while you soothe your soul and enjoy great and fabulous food.